Today we are discussing objective-based and competency-based evaluation. Objective-based evaluation. Defining objectives. Evaluation based on predetermined objectives is called objective-based instruction. Before evaluation can take place, clear and measurable objectives must be established. These objectives define what students are expected to learn and achieve through the instruction. What to measure and evaluate is the crucial problem in evaluation. There is a relationship between objectives, learning experience, and evaluation. Learning experience. The experiences provided in the classroom that facilitate learning are referred to as learning experiences. These should align with the predetermined objectives to ensure that students are effectively guided towards achieving them. Any experiences provided in the classroom which result in learning is called learning experience. Instruction aimed at the attainment of predetermined objective is called objective-based instruction. The evaluation based on predetermined objective is called objective-based evaluation. The measurement and evaluation. The core challenge in objective-based evaluation lies determining what to measure. This involves identifying the criteria and methods for assessing whether students have met the objectives. Instructional alignment. Objective-based instruction focuses on delivering educational content and experiences that are directly aimed at achieving the set objectives. This alignment ensures that both teaching and evaluation are focused and relevant. Objective-based evaluation connects the objectives, the learning experience provided, and the assessment methods used to measure students' learning, ensuring a comprehensive approach to educational assessment. Objective, learning experience, and evaluation are interrelated. The interrelationship between objectives, learning experience, and evaluation is fundamental to effective educational practices. This can be visualized as follows. Objectives, instructional objectives. These are the specific goals that educators aim for students to achieve. They serve as the foundation for both the learning experience and the evaluation methods. Learning experience. This refers to the instructional activities and resources provided to students to help them attain the objectives. These experiences should be designed to engage students and facilitate meaningful learning. Evaluation. This is the process of assessing whether students have achieved the objectives through the learning experiences. Evaluation methods should be aligned with the objectives, ensuring that what is measured reflects the intended learning outcome. The diagram illustrates that objectives guide the creation of learning experiences, which in turn inform the evaluation process. Each component is interconnected, highlighting the importance of aligning educational goals with instructional methods and assessment strategies for a cohesive learning environment. Process of objective-based impact evaluation. Number 1. Find purpose. Clearly define the purpose of the evaluation. Understand why the evaluation is being conducted and what stakeholders hope to learn from it. Determine initial objectives. Establish the specific objectives that the evaluation will measure. These should be aligned with the overall goals of the program or initiative. Choose method. Select the appropriate evaluation methods that will be used to gather data. This may include quantitative, qualitative, or mixed methods depending on the context and objectives. Number 4. Selecting measuring instrument. Select measuring instrument. Identify the tools and instruments that will be used to measure the outcomes related to the objectives. This could include survey, test, interview, or observational checklists. 5. Find sources of evidence. Determine whether the evidence will come from. This include identifying participants, data sources, and any existing records that can provide relevant information. Next, collect and analyze evidence. Gather the data using the selected instruments and methods. Analyze the evidence to determine whether the objectives have been met and to understand the impact of the program. Draw conclusion. Based on the analysis, draw conclusions about the effectiveness of the program. Assess whether the objectives were assessed and what factors contributed to the outcomes. Report to stakeholders. Prepare a comprehensive report that communicates the findings, conclusions, and recommendations to stakeholders. This report should be clear, concise, and tailored to the audience interest and needs. This structured approach ensures that the evaluation is thorough, systematic, and focused on providing valuable insight to stakeholders about the impact of their initiatives. Benjamin Bloom's, in his Taxonomy of Educational Objectives, has made an orderly arrangement of the educational objectives. Benjamin Bloom's Taxonomy of Educational Objectives provides a hierarchical framework for categorizing educational goals, particularly within the cognitive domain. This taxonomy is structured in a way that reflects increasing level of complexity and difficulty in learning. Number 1, remembering. This is the foundational level where learners can recall or recognize information. It involves basic knowledge and memory. Understanding. At this level, learners can explain ideas or concepts. They demonstrate comprehension of the material by interpreting, summarizing, and inferring. Next, applying. This involves using knowledge in new situations. Learners can apply what they have learned to solve problems or carry out tasks. Analyzing. Here, learners can break down information into parts and examine it. This level involves identifying relationships and organizational structure. Evaluating. At this stage, learners can make judgments based on criteria and standards. They assess the value of materials and methods for given purposes. Creating. This is the highest level of the cognitive domain, where learners can put elements together to form a coherent or functional whole. It involves designing, constructing, and planning new ideas or products. This hierarchical arrangement emphasizes that as learners progress through the levels, they engage in increasingly complex cognitive process. Bloom's taxonomy serves as a valuable tool for educators to design curriculum and assessment that promote higher order thinking skills. Competency-based evaluation. Competency-based evaluation is the process of collecting evidence and establishing conclusion on the character and scope of the learner's progress towards professional standard. Competency-based evaluation focuses on assessing learners' abilities to demonstrate specific competencies that align with professional standards. Definition of competency. Competency refers to the quality or extent of being competent, which encompasses the knowledge, skill, and attitudes necessary to perform tasks effectively in a professional context. Evaluation based on competency. This evaluation involves systematically collecting evidence related to a learner's competencies. The process includes gathering evidence, collecting data from various sources such as assessment, project observations, and feedback from peers or instructors. Establishing conclusions, analyzing and collected evidences to determine the learner's progress and proficiency in the required competencies. Purpose of competency-based evaluation. The primary goal is to ensure that learners meet established professional standards. This evaluation method emphasizes real-world applications and the ability to perform tasks rather than simply recalling information. Guiding instruction. Competencies guide both what to teach and how to teach. By identifying the essential skills and knowledge required in a profession, educators can design curricula and instructional strategies that are relevant and aligned with industry needs. Focus on learner progress. Competency-based evaluation is learner-centered, emphasizing individual progress and mastery of competencies rather than comparing learners against each other. Competency-based evaluation aims to provide a clear framework for assessing learners' ability in a way that is directly tied to the future professional performance, ensuring that they are well prepared for the demands of the chosen field. Features of competency-based evaluation. Competency-based assessment is criterion-based. This means that learners are assessed not in competition against others. Criterion-based assessment. Competency-based evaluation focuses on specific criteria or standards that define what a learner must know and be able to do. Learners are assessed based on their own achievements and mastery of competencies, rather than in competition with their peers. This approach promotes a personalized learning experience. Evidence-based. Evidence-based assessment. This evaluation relies on concrete evidence of a learner's abilities and achievements. Various forms of evidence such as projects, portfolio, practical demonstrations and assessments are collected to assess competencies. This ensures that evaluations are grounded in real-world performance. Next, participatory assessment. Competency-based evaluation encourages active participation from learners in the assessment process. This may involve self-assessment, peer assessment, and feedback mechanism, allowing learners to take ownership of their learning and progress. It fosters a collaborative learning environment. Focuses on knowledge, skills, and abilities. Competency-based evaluation emphasizes the integration of knowledge, skill, and abilities. It assesses not only what learners know, but also how they can apply their knowledge in practical situations. This holistic approach ensures that learners are well equipped for real-world challenges. Emphasis on success. The primary goal of competency-based evaluation is to ensure that learners achieve success in mastering the required competencies. It supports learners in identifying their strengths and areas for improvement, promoting continuous growth and development. So, competency-based evaluation is characterized by its criterion-based nature, reliance on evidence, participatory approach, focus on knowledge and skills, and an emphasis on learner success. These features create a more effective and meaningful assessment process that prepares learners for their professional futures. Types of competency-based evaluation. Competency-based evaluation focuses on assessing individual skill and knowledge through various methods. Types of competency-based evaluation. Skills checklist. A structured list that outlines specific skills or competencies. Evaluators check off skills as individuals demonstrate them, providing a clear picture of proficiency. Competency assessment test. Standardized tests designed to measure an individual's ability to perform specific tasks or demonstrate knowledge in a particular area. These tests can be either practical or theoretical. Online competency assessment. Digital platforms that allows individuals as complete assessments remotely. These can include quizzes, simulations, or interactive tasks that evaluate competencies in a flexible manner. Competency-based interviews. Interviews that focuses on past behavior, and experiences to assess how candidates have demonstrated specific competencies. Questions are often structured to elicit examples of skills in action. Skills gap analysis. A systematic approach to identify the differences between current skills and desired competencies. This analysis helps organizations develop training programs to bridge the gap. There are 4 common types of testing in school today. Diagnostic testing. Conducted before instruction to determine students' knowledge, skills and learning needs. It helps identify strength and weakness. Formative testing. Ongoing assessment that provide feedback during the learning process. These tests help educators adjust instruction and support as needed. Benchmark. Interim testing. Administered at specific intervals to evaluate students' progress towards learning goals. These tests can help measure growth and inform future instruction. Summative testing, conducted at the end of an instructional period to evaluate overall student learning, typically through final exams or projects. Each of these evaluation and testing methods plays a crucial role in understanding competencies and guiding educational and professional development. Teachers' professional competencies, their professional knowledge, skill, beliefs and motivation is a critical predictor of teachers' professional well-being and success. Teachers' professional competence encompassing their knowledge, skills, benefits and motivation plays a crucial role in determining not only their effectiveness in the classroom but also their overall professional well-being and success. A well-competent teacher can effectively engage students, foster a positive learning environment and adapt to the challenges of the education system. Moreover, teachers who feel confident in their abilities and are motivated tend to experience higher job satisfaction, reduced burnout and a stronger sense of purpose. This in turn contributes to their professional success and long-term commitment to teaching, benefiting both students and the broader educational community. Difference between objective-based and competency-based evaluation. Objective-based evaluation emphasizes on objective. Focus on achieving specific objectives or goals. Competency-based evaluation focuses on the skills and abilities a person demonstrates in the workplace after completing training. Emphasis on what a person can do in the workplace as a result of completing a program of training. Not compared to modules. Typically not compared to modules or specific learning segments. Often compared to modules broken into segments called learning outcomes. Next, progress. Not strictly time bound, progress can vary based on learner pace. Its progress is based on time. Progress is more structured and may be time bound, especially in formal settings. Flexibility in study. Allows flexibility in the approach and pace of learning as long as objective is met. Greater flexibility in study. Offers flexibility but is often structured around achieving predetermined competencies tied to workplace tasks. While objective-based instruction focused on meeting specific educational goals, competency-based evaluation emphasizes practical workplace-related skills and abilities.